how big of a company and how big of a commitment do you need to see next to create another leg for this currency?
Well, listen, I think what you're missing a little bit is that, Elon Musk has done the best job of almost any CEO at creating shareholder value, right? Of creating a stock price that's driven high. One of the things that connect Bitcoin and Tesla and solar stocks and ESG investing is millennials and Gen Z. Young people are buying into the future, and they see cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and other cryptos, as their currencies. And so Elon is a genius in that he realized, listen to the people. Put some of my balance sheet in there because he's worried about the dollar. Okay, that's a speculative bet. But it's more the messaging of what he's doing that's important, right? Soon to be allowing customers to buy in crypto. You're going to see every company in America do the same thing.
Well, it looks like it's not just companies that's thinking about this. You have Mayor Francis Suarez, Miami, thinking about adopting Bitcoin on its balance sheet, according to a tweet he had sent out today. How realistic is something like that, and are more cities likely to think about it?
Listen, there's a war for talent between companies and between cities, right? We've got this tax arbitrage going on where people move out of New York to Miami or to Austin, Texas. You've got cities fighting for the best human capital in the world. I love New York City. I'm a big New Yorker. I think we're going to continue to attract great human capital. But the Miami mayor is smart, right? Hey, we'll put some more Bitcoin on the balance sheet. It doesn't have to be a lot. It's the messaging that matters. And you're seeing the herd here, and it's coming. And I think, Michael Saylor did a conference. Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy did a conference last Thursday, and it was originally for 1,500 CFOs and COOs. There were like 10,000 people that logged on, and he took people through how he did it, how he bought it with his service providers. And the second day, he had guys like me talk about what our companies can do for people. And listen, my own stock price went way up afterwards, right? Like, people were listening. And so it wasn't one or two corporates, it was thousands of corporates logged on to learn about this. And so now you got the biggest, the wealthiest man in the world and one of the biggest stories doing it. You got to think other CFOs and CEOs are going to say, what should we be doing?
But Mike, you've also got Snoop Dogg. You've also got the Kiss bassist Gene Simmons. You've got Hertz, as you say, and in the last few weeks, month, Hertz haven't always been a safe bet, or indeed the right ride for certain retail investors in particular. How are you seeing the Dogecoin doing so well? Where does it get significant focus from the right people, and where is there a worry?
I think you got to be very worried about Dogecoin. I tweeted last night, I had 10,000 likes within a few hours on my tweet that I think, the frenzy around Dogecoin is bad. I'm surprised that Elon Musk has fun tweeting about it. I think it's a little irresponsible. Bitcoin is built with a purpose to be a store of value, right? There are 114 elements on the periodic table. Only gold has store of value. In crypto, Bitcoin is going to dominate store of value. Other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum have a real purpose. Ethereum is built as this global trust layer that things are going to be built on top of, right? This decentralized supercomputer, if you will. DeFi has a purpose. It's going to, it could be a derivative trading or a decentralized insurance company or decentralized exchange. And so Dogecoin really doesn't have a purpose. It's a meme coin. It's a lot like GME. The people that buy Dogecoin are going to buy it at these levels are going to lose their money.
Mike, so when we talk about, I guess, the longer term outlook, not only for Bitcoin, but some of the, I guess, what you would call the more established crypto assets out there, there's a lot of talk that this is sort of the replacement for what in the old days would have been people, hoarding gold or hoarding silver. Is there a world in your mind that exists where we can continue to see appreciation in these crypto assets and also see an appreciation in precious metals? Yeah,
listen, I think if we had Chairman Powell here on the split screen, I'd blame him for all of it, right? I mean, we have, and Lagarde today said, we're going to keep the money coming, baby, and we want the governments to keep the money coming. And so when you have this kind of monetary policy, people are going to find new ways to store value. Baseball cards, basketball cards, right? Collectibles are skyrocketing. I mean, you think crypto's, having big moves, you should see what the card market has done. And so you're going to continue to see other ways people hold value, appreciate.
Well,
art, wine.
Well, let's talk about value here for a second then. Where should Bitcoin be in 6 months? Where should gold be in 6 months?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think, listen, I originally thought Bitcoin would end the year at 50 or 60,000. Things are happening so much faster than I had predicted, right? The corporate adoption rate, the institutional adoption rate is accelerating beyond certainly what I had thought about. So now I think Bitcoin could end the year at $100,000. Listen, you don't grow forever because it takes a while to digest and new players to get involved. Old players will take profit at one level. And so I think 100,000 is a fine prediction for the end of the year. Gold probably goes back up from here and maybe ends the year at 15, 1600, 1700. Gold at Bitcoin at 10% of gold is 65,000 or something at that level. And so maybe we get to 15% of gold.
So last one for you here, because we had so much talk about the retail frenzy and people in the hedge fund industry getting burned. Would you go short in this market anymore, or is this not a market made for that anymore?
Yeah, listen, I mean, my rule of thumb is don't go short things that haven't been squeezed. Like your classic, oh, this is a crummy company, I wouldn't short it. But I would wait for these squeezes and I'd count 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, and then short. Like when you take companies without purpose to dumb valuations, those valuations can't sustain time. And they can't for two reasons. That people that are in them early get greedy and want their money to buy something else. They realize there's no value there. And the people that got in them late start losing money. So it's greed and gravity. And so almost every single one of those squeezes will end in tears. The Dogecoin squeeze, when they squeeze the XRP token, when they squeeze GameStop or AMC, all end in tears. I feel terrible for the retail guys that got sucked in right at the end, right? First guys were very smart, right? Understood weakness in the armor of the hedge funds, got involved, exploited it. But I think you got to be very careful of encouraging people to participate. And often the retail communities that get excited to participate, it's a recipe for losing money.